back corner of the shop lot. April 28th, it's a Thursday. So I cleaned this up. The Fisher and I split some wood that had fallen down in that ice storm from February. And then I took the skid steer. You can see, if you look way back there, there's a stump from that tree I piled up back there. So I just basically cleaned this area up with the skid steer. The reason I'm making this video is these little annoying little bastards here. I call them bamboo. I forget the name for them. They are of Asian descent. They are a highly invasive species, and you can see how quickly they're coming up here. These I bulged down, so literally 5 days ago. So a month from now, you can see there's a couple spurting up over there. A month from now, you won't even be able to come back here. It's part of why I decided to get a skid steer. I used to rent one once a year and just clean this stuff up in the fall, but it's gotten out of hand. So we'll check back in a month and I'll show you what this looks like. So facing my shop, this is on the left hand. And you can see these sprouting up as well. These get basically completely out of hand. You can see some of the dead ones here. And what happens is my electrical meter is back there and it becomes inaccessible from these crazy things. So again, we'll check back in a month and I'll show you just how quickly these things grow. Real easy to flatten down. In fact, typically I just take a shovel and just whack them, but what a mess they make. Yeah, so I had to look it up on the old Google machine because I forgot what it was called. Excuse me. It's called Japanese, what is it? Japanese knotweed. They're also known as Himalayan fleece vine, monkeyweed, fleece flower, elephant ears, billyweed, monkey fungus, Mexican bamboo, donkey rhubarb, pea shooters, and American bamboo. I think I'll call it monkey fungus. All right, so real quick, Thursday, May 5th, so exactly a week from that last video. And you can see I cleaned up this side of the shop. In that last video, you could probably see there was a pile of stone here, so I laid that out. Just cleaned this up because my electric meter's back there. Knocked down a bunch of the monkey jism, whatever the hell it is. What is it? Japanese knotweed, whatever we're calling it this week. And then let me show you the other side of the shop. All right, so here we are back here. And again, this is exactly a week. I took that video last Thursday. This is the next Thursday. There's that set right there that I focused in on. You can see they're just sprouting up all over the place. There's the burn barrel for reference. And as you walk back here, these things sprout. I always say you can literally watch them grow. I forget what the stat is on how quickly they grow an inch. But anyway, they're frustrating. See, they're popping up all along here now. So I said I was going to wait a month. I don't know that I'll even wait that long as quickly as they're coming in. But check back maybe in another week. All right, so here we are in that back corner now, and now we're 2 weeks out. So it's another week has gone by. And you can see, I don't know if you can still see that steel barrel in there, which was clearly visible before. There's that set of little sprouts. They are now in excess of 7 to 8 feet tall. And you can see, if you go down the bank here, it is just completely filled in. Go over to the other side, those little stalks that were popping up are now filling in, all in there. So at some point in the next day or so, skid steer's on a trailer right now, but I'll pull it off the trailer and I'm gonna have to whack them down. Let me show you the other side of the shop. All right, so here we are on the other side. This is where I had spread stone 2 weeks ago and cleaned that area up so they can access my electric meter. And you can see all of these along here were not here 2 weeks ago. That's a fresh batch right there. And you got all these sprouts right here, right in the middle of the, it's just there, just so freaking invasive. So look at this one here. It's coming out from behind the siding. You can't even really see where it's rooted, to be honest with you. But that's, I mean, they just, you got these here have crept behind the siding and are sprouted up through the metal siding on the building. So we'll hack these down. See, right now, here it is. It's been 2 weeks and now you cannot access you can't even access the electric meter. It's so grown over so quickly. God, it's frustrating. So we'll clean this up this week. Keep them in control. So just to give you guys an idea, it's been just about a month. And you can see that knotweed is, at this point, 8 to 10 feet tall. It's completely overgrown that bank. And then it starts over here. I mean, you can see this whole area, which I had cleaned spotlessly. It's just popping up everywhere. And just to show you just how hardy this is, I just popped the hood of this car, which has been here only about 2 weeks. And if you follow that one down, it has grown up through the radiator support under the hood. There's these things, there's literally just no stopping them. You can see these things have grown sideways out from under the bottom of the car. They are super, super hardy, super invasive, and a super pain in my ass. Yeah, so this is typically what it would look like back here. We are, what are we, in the middle of February? You can see a bunch of dead stalks from the monkey jism. There's our burn barrel. Yeah, I usually just roll that out of the weeds and burn once a year. So another month or so, when things settle down around the shop, we got some cleaning up to do around here. 1 tree, 2 tree, maybe 3, 4 behind that one. I might end up having to take all of these down. I got to talk to my neighbor because I think, I'm not sure where the property line is, but all those trees are grown into rock, as you can see there. They got to come down. So look for that video coming up. There's the little creek that happens to be flowing right now. And then about once every 6-8 years, I take all these trees down, and we'll do that again in the spring. Let's clean this area up, and then we'll keep stomping down the monkey jism. It's not really worth trying to eradicate that. You know, they say you can double tarp that stuff and do that type of thing to keep it from coming up. I can assure you, it will come up through a tarp if it's not a good heavy tarp. It literally will grow up through blacktop. So yeah, it's a nuisance. All right, well, what are we doing today? It's a Saturday. I just had my meniscus trimmed, shaving a haircut on the old meniscus, so I'm kind of down and out for at least a few days. It's been 3 days. So I'm probably just gonna putz around the shop today. All right, YouTube. Everybody have a great day. Smitty, out.